Okay, apparently Craig brought back the commas. Not sure how to feel about that. Hi, I'm Llytic.
I'm Ichi-Tan.
I'm Jess.
Yep, that is us. This is What Are We Reading? My Life is Pain. We are continuing with Sonic High School by DarkDoomFireMaster, as requested on Patreon by Andre D. If you also want to put us through absolute pain, you can also make, suggestions on Patreon for the right tier, though I will say that if it is straight up a fetish piece, I am not dealing with that. I don't care if you found some kink thing on, fucking DeviantArt that you want us to read. No. Not dealing with that. You make that request, you will be blocked.
Llytic has standards.
Yes.
Surprising.
Just because you're like, ew, I don't like this, Pete. I don't like this. Doesn't mean that we're going to read it. That doesn't make it good garbage media. That just means that it's not something you're horny for. Anyway, we're on chapter 12. The most important drama.
God damn it.
You alright there? I'll take your silence as a no.
I'm dead inside.
You all are. It was a new day, and Sonic Sonic woke up from out of his bed and scratched his balls.
God damn it.
He could feel the rash on his balls, and it was getting worse than before. Yeah, I guess if it has a straight up texture, something is wrong. Like, if there is a noticeable texture, something is probably wrong. A sickness is my balls, said Sonic, as he wrote it in his journal that he now had back from Tails when he took it from school after Sonic gave it away to Miss Lesson.
Did this boy not learn that it's bad to say personal stuff like that in his journal in the first place?
Hopefully he doesn't give it to the teacher again. I didn't bring enough alcohol.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yes.
Goodness.
Sonic was done complaining about his balls and went to school. In history class, he talked to Amy. Hey, Amy, said Sonic to Amy.
Do you think he spoke to Amy?
I don't know.
No, I think he... Nah.
He couldn't be talking to anyone.
Probably. Hi, Sonic, said Amy and kissed him hotly like a girlfriend.
What is up? Said Sonic to Amy. Oh, the pain is kicking in.
It is awful. I have bad news, said Amy to Sonic.
Stinks. Do you want to have sex later? Said Sonic to Amy. Like, don't care about your girl's personal problems. Nah. Can we have sex later?
Typical
Sonic!
man.
Priorities! Sonic!
Just like every boyfriend I've ever had.
What?
Bottle's empty. What? Again, the whole thing of why this story doesn't work as well in my brain is because of how obvious it is that this is like a troll. And so, all I can imagine is someone, like, intentionally sitting down and, like, writing something to be bad. And it's just not funny to me. Like, anyway. No, thank you. Everything is so big right now. Don't give me that. It's not like I've ever had to work on feminizing my voice. That's not one of my personal problems. Said Amy to Sonic. My bad news is that I have to go see the play tonight for a class. I can't tell if it's the voice or the story hurting my brain.
I think it's the voice.
I don't know, my brain was kind of hurting before.
Wow, that is unfair, said Sonic to Amu. Even the principal says that the play is super gay, but I guess you have to go. Sorry, the school play was so gay.
Real professional principal they have there.
Well, the school play was so gay as if he had already seen it, but how has he already seen it before Amy like that?
No.
Okay.
No. It's gay because apparently Charmy's gay and Charmy's in it.
Well, no, I
Or
think
that's what I've at least gathered from the other.
I think it's the other way, that Charmy's gay because he's in the play. Because apparently theater is gay.
Oh.
Granted, when I was in middle school, I remember the nickname for the nickname for the choir straight up being the choir queers. So no, that sounds about right for teenage kids.
I wanted to know if you would come with me, said Amy in a way to Sonic that sounded like she was trying to be attractive. The play will be much better with someone else there.
I'm sorry, I suddenly got the very awful image of a theater seat hand job. Anyway, that is the real bad news. I do not want to go near the play, but I will go so we can have sex later, said Sonic back to Amy. Amy kissed Sonic, and so did Sonic to Amy, and they made a cute, hot couple.
I'm sorry, they made a what couple?
Cute, hot couple?
What was that again?
Cute, hot couple.
One more time, I didn't hear it.
Why do you hate me?
I don't hate you. It's just fun to watch you suffer.
It's not fun when I'm the one suffering.
I don't know. I think Jess agrees with me.
Fucking sadists.
Ichi.
I'm
on Team Ichi.
Yee.
Then Sonic and Amy had the rest of the class. And Sonic went to another class thinking about how much it was going to suck that he had to go to the play tonight. The play was just a bunch of people doing gay things and music. Like, car full of losers. I'm sorry, I need you to explain what you mean by that.
I too do gay things and music.
Then why music gay? Music is fun.
I mean, music is very gay. It makes you happy.
True.
I mean, if singing
Very
along to
true.
Dolly Parton makes me gay, then I'm gay.
Okay, so Sonic was now in a different class where Rouge and Shadow was also in the class. Rouge was with Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. too, like always now. Hey guys, said Sonic to them.
I forgot about the babies.
How could you forget about the babies?
That
was a huge thing.
I believe it's what we in the professional business call repression.
You must be lucky to have that, because I can't forget it. It's stuck in my head.
I'm pretty sure I repressed that memory over the course of a week.
Lucky you. I wish I had that power.
I think it only worked because my brain doesn't comprehend time properly.
Yeah.
Hey, Sonic. Hey, Sonic, said them to Sonic together to the same time to save time. That is word for word what that sentence says.
What is new? Said Sonic to them.
Charmy has been acting really weird and different, lady, said Shadow. In a dark way, which is like him.
Jess, I need to know if you heard that too. I did not hear lately.
I said lately.
I heard lady.
Late.
Don't make fun of my list.
I heard lately. I didn't hear lady.
Okay.
That's just Llytic being a bully.
I heard lady, and my brain
You're
was
making fun of my speech impediment, you ableist.
Well, now you're just bullying my terrible hearing.
And yes, to all the viewers listening, this is all in joke. Llytic is not an ableist.
All our bullying is just for jokes because we're good friends.
Yes.
It's a polycule of pain.
Oh, best kind.
No! No! No!
Are you okay?
I need to clear my brain. Anyway, he's probably nervous for the play, said Rouge suggestively. Okay.
Sorry, did the polycule of pain trip you up?
Talk about that after the podcast, but not now. No. I don't want to recorded.
Kinky.
We're not talking about that. No. No. Why did you bring it back up? Why?
I wouldn't make any assumptions about tonight. We're probably gonna, but we should keep an eye on him to make sure he's okay, said Knuckles Jr. Knuckles Jr. turned out to be a really cool baby.
Cool.
I foresee something strange at the play tonight.
The play is gay, said everyone together, agreeing. Everyone knew it.
Well, then I should have done theater in high school, not band.
Dang it. What are you and Tails doing? Said Shadow to Sonic.
Tails still hates my body inside and outside, said Sonic with almost tears in his eyes, but he was too big and a man for that. I don't think that's the sentence. I don't think that's how the phrase goes.
That is how the phrase goes.
I'm too big and a man for that. I am large and male. I will not cry. It's so hard to be best friends with someone who hates you and does not want to talk to you.
I know how you say it, said Shadow. A lot of people hate me because I am dark. TM Edgelord, said Shadow. But I am not trying to be a supervillain. It is just who I am. Shadow squinted his eyes at the people around him in a way that is hard to describe and kept going. I do crimes in the city, but I am not a bad person. You can do bad things and mistakes sometimes and still be a good person, and people still like you for it. Unless you're a really bad person, like Eggman, who is a shit dick. Maybe one day people will see I am a good person, even if dark. Yes.
That is...
Sonic listened to what Shadow said so powerfully that it was like Sonic wrote down everything on a piece of paper and put it in a special folder and put that folder in a safe place so he could always go back and read it. What the? Okay. Then Sonic itched his balls. His balls were a wreck. That class ended and the rest of school did too, and Sonic went home thinking about how his balls were like two blimps covered in volcanoes that could fit on the blimps and itched as well.
Really need to see a doctor, Sonic.
Yeah.
You need to see a doctor. With your itchy volcano blimp balls. Oh dear. When Sonic got to his home, Sonic's mom walked up to him and said, Sonic, I went to your room and saw that you wrote all about your gay ball problems.
Again, he didn't learn from chapter 1. And now he got problems again. Now his mom knows.
Thanks, Mom, for that. I'm worried about your balls and fear it could be a mortal illness. So I made a doctor's appointment. But first we will have dinner. I got Chinese food because I know how much you liked it last time.
Give me some of that Chinese food. Chinese food sounds good right now.
I could go with any food. I have not really been in a mood to eat all day.
Problem, you should probably try and eat.
I usually eat a lot. It's just that my brain's been like, no food.
Wait for it. Don't read my journal, Mom! Screamed Sonic. Then Sonic went and ate the food, and just like last time, would you know it, there was a fortune cookie, and Sonic opened it and ate the cookie part and kept the paper inside to read the magical fortune on the paper. He looked at the paper, and it read, and it said, one man's pubic illness will cause the death of millions. Some people did not believe what the fortune cookie said, but Sonic knew they were magic, and they were always right. So he was a little worried and wondered what it could mean.
It means that it's the beginning of AIDS crisis.
Or it could mean that the Chinese food place has a stalker for Sonic.
We're back in the Reagan era. This is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's the paragraph I was reading earlier and laughing earlier before the podcast.
Oh.
You get to have fun. Anyway, it's my turn. Then Sonic went to the doctor. He did not like going to the doctor because he was Chinese.
Sonic.
Like the food Sonic had, and made him feel nerves. Not nervous, nerves. It made him feel nerves. Because he went to his doctor room and sat on the chair that the doctor told him to. The doctor took out some paper and looked at them. Sonic's face?
We already had,
he doesn't like the people.
I'm flashing back to the first session, and in which there was a line that I had to read, and all I could think of is, well, hopefully this doesn't happen again. It happened again. Oh boy. The doctor started doing tests. Sonic passed them all awesomely, and even the doctor was surprised at how Sonic was the best at everything except being smart,
No.
which Tails was the best at.
What? You skipped your paragraph.
Oh, yes, I did. Oh,
You're supposed to read the suffering paragraph. You're not getting out of it.
Hello, Sonic. It has been a while since I saw you last. Sonic's mom tells me you are having problems with your balls. I'm going to do some tests on you, but first I'm going to look at your papers. I see from looking at your papers that your balls and penis are the biggest in your high school.
I'm sorry, what?
Good job, Sonic.
Does the doctor memorize the size of everybody's penises and knows which one's the biggest?
I feel like that's a breach of doctor-patient confidentiality.
That's definitely some kind of HIPAA breach, man.
Yeah. That is for one thing, but for another thing, if he's just memorized all these measurements, that's more concerning to me than just the HIPAA.
Even the doctor knows what every other student's balls and dick are like. Or the school somehow has it recorded who's the biggest. And I don't like either of those.
Excuse me.
Let's see. The doctor said, Sonic appreciated the truth.
Truth! The truth will set you free!
The truth about your dick. And nodded his head and smiled. It was okay to talk about your penis and balls with your doctor because that is what they do, even if it automatically makes them gay.
God damn it.
I
guess I can't talk about my dick and balls to the doctor anymore.
Hey, Duck. I think I got a problem with my scrot. No homo. The doctor made a lot of money, so being gay was probably worth it. What fucking Call of Duty chat lobby did the fucking narration crawl out of?
Sounds like this dude has a lot of internalized homophobia.
No, I get the feeling that this is all outside.
Back in 2012.
2012 was a wild time. We all thought we were gonna die. I didn't know any trans people.
Everything apparently with foreign arts.
Didn't know what
talking about private parts means you're gay. Apparently in 2012. Oh man.
They were just jealous that their dick couldn't be as massive as mine.
Ichi,
Huh.
come on, don't start bragging too much. You don't want
Fucking
people
third
to
leg
be-
energy.
Yep.
You don't want the viewers to be jealous.
Oh, it's
Little
too
do
late.
you know that Ichigo Koneko is basically a tripod,
Yep.
and that's soft.
Yep.
Oh, hi.
Anyway.
I'm going over here, don't mind me.
Anyways. Then the doctor started doing tests. Sonic passed all of them awesomely, and even the doctor was surprised at how Sonic was the best at everything, except being smart, which Tails was the best at, but Sonic was still pretty
Positive
smart
for every
too.
single disease.
But then they got to the last test, which was about Sonic's balls. The doctor took out the test tube and filled it with pieces from Sonic's balls. And he tested them with machines. The machines printed out reports about it, and then the doctor took them and I'm sorry, what? Looked at them with his very, very Chinese eyes. That made me so uncomfortable.
Again, you didn't have to read like how a black person was described in the first session. I did. I hated it.
Looks bad, said the doctor, looking at the report that the machine printed out about Sonic's balls. It looks like you have a big disease.
Alright, he's in. I've got that message. It just gave it to... Yeah, it just gave it to me once. Alright, we are back. We ended up having a bit of a technical difficulty in which Craig killed himself.
Yep.
It happens.
He can't even handle Sonic High School.
Hopefully, nothing happened at the tail end of that recording. But yeah, we just got a mention of Sonic's big disease.
Yeah.
Balls.
Ow, 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 fuck.
Also, I felt the need, something I absolutely hate with the phrase, filled it with pieces from Sonic's balls.
Yep.
Did he, like, get some, like, scrotal shavings or something? Like, how?
Don't
What
you
does
know
that
they're
mean?
so, like, the rash, you can feel the rash. He's probably got scaly balls.
He got crusty balls.
I don't want to think about scrotal dry rot.
Well, you asked. You asked.
You know, my mental image didn't involve that.
Oh, there you go. Merry Christmas.
Somehow the mental image I got of basically, like, chiseling off pieces is less disturbed.
Not medically.
Uh-oh,
Wait, it's your
what
turn,
do I do?
Llytic.
Yes, said, uh-oh, what do I do? Said Sonic, to the doctor, really worried about the welfare of his balls.
I'm a eunuch.
The only option is amputation.
I do not know. This is a legendary disease. It only comes around once every 1 million years. No one has ever found a cure for this disease, and what it can do is very bad. This disease will go from your balls to your penis and then up to your brain, and it can kill you eventually. There are other things that it does probably, but I do not know because it is so rare, and you'll just have to call me up and tell me what it does when you find out. All I can tell you right now, Sonic, is to keep your balls away from everyone you know. Do not touch them to other people because it will spread and they will die and it will spread more and the whole world may be at stake here. Please be safe, said the doctor in a calm way, but also scared because it was so serious.
Sonic got a legendary ball itch. You know, I wasn't
Fulfill
expecting
people.
that.
No,
Anyway,
but I have to. No, but I have to have my first sex with Amy. We were going to do it at the play, which I am going to from here, said Sonic, crying, sad and mad and afraid of things. Balls are an important part of sex. Sonic was always so healthy and the fastest person ever. But some things just cannot be stopped, like this ball disease.
I
Kinky.
well, I'm sorry, Sonic. You're gonna have to die a virgin. Also, I'm pretty sure that bulls aren't required to have sex.
I mean, he's a hedgehog.
Well,
You can
if
just
he
neuter
really,
him,
really
chop him
wants
off.
it, chop him off early. That way it doesn't spread to the rest of his body. Become a unit.
I've told you about how hedgehog penises are, right, Ichi-Tan?
Yes.
They're basically what it is that they look like a belly button.
Mm-hmm. And they have a weird penile bone that they just kind of shove out whenever they're ready to, you know.
Mammals do. The biggest one belongs to the walrus. But I know raccoons have them. I believe dogs have them.
Yeah, dogs have them.
A lot of mammals have them.
Yeah. But
Once
just
one
basically, don't ever tickle a belly button on a hedgehog, because that is not a belly button.
Don't tickle your hedgehog's belly button. That is bestiality. Oy. Too bad, said the doctor. Hear that? It'll be awful. And the first person to die will be Amy. You should not want your girlfriend to die. I mean, you're not wrong. Generally. The doctor was right. Sonic was still worried about it.
Okay, well, I have to go to the play now, said Sonic, and ran out with the most nervous feelings that Sonic ever had. Sonic thought about it, and it was the most important high school drama. What is more important, health or love? I'm going to say health, because your idea of love is going to kill your girlfriend.
Which, I don't think that's love at that point.
No, that's just lust.
Be real with you, dog.
Oh my god.
We're now moving on to chapter 13.
And it's just his line.
Yes.
A cool car raced through the city streets. Vroom, said the car as it went down the big street. Don't laugh at my car sounds.
No, it's the fact that we literally had a cargo burr.
Yeah.
And it had to be said that the car said burr.
Yeah, it was literally cargo burr.
Streets with lots of other cars on it. The city was filled of buildings with lights and other things, like places like McDonald's. And then the person has a quotation mark, a comma, quotation mark. No words, just that. Shouted
yes.
the car.
I hate it when my car does that.
Shouted the car as it went back and forth, going in between cars so it did not have to wait in traffic. The car was playing techno and rock and roll music. Techno
yes.
is short for technology. Why doesn't the author do that? There's a reason there is such a thing as a footnote, but okay.
Do I look like I know what a footnote is?
Freak! Yelled the car. It was doing a big turn in the city into section. Not intersection, into section. Good job.
Well. Don't you hate it when you get stuck in an into section?
Yes.
I don't know if it's into, in from, or when to.
Location update on the Ultra Chaos Emerald. Why is there an Ultra Chaos Emerald?
Because fuck you, that's why.
I thought there was
earlier
just one on
chapters, Eggman was talking about wanting it or something in earlier chapters.
I like the normal Chaos Emerald. I don't remember an Ultra Chaos Emerald.
Well, now there's one, so just deal with it. It's happening. Doesn't make sense, but it's happening.
Said the driver of the car. The car screen blinked different things, and then in a robot voice it beep, beep, Ultra Chaos Emerald getting closer. Shadow looked. What?
I said, Jesus.
The fact that it's getting closer?
Yes.
Alright. Shadow looked at the map screen and drove faster toward the red dot where the last Ultra Chaos Emerald was. Beep, 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 said the car in a robot voice as Shadow got closer to the dot while driving his car. It was just around the corner now. Shadow did another fast turn at this into section, and right at where the red dot on the map was. Beep, 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 screamed the car in a robot voice as his car dot and the Ultra Chaos Emerald dot on the map moved into each other. And in the real world, Shadow pulled up to the curb, and there were a couple of gangmen.
It's a freaking metal detector. Gangmen, not gang members, gangmen.
Yeah.
A couple of gangmen. I don't know what that means.
Anyways, thanks, Omega, said Shadow as he hopped out of the car, which was black and red, and onto the dark city street. He looked at the...
No.
Don't hit at my... Do not hit on my Knight Rider.
No, that's not worth knowing. That's not worth knowing.
Problem. That's
not the problem. That's not the problem.
Worse.
It's so much worse.
Not there yet.
Do I have to? I'm actually very
racially insensitive phrasing.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
I let it be on record that I am very uncomfortable saying this, but it literally is part of the story. These do not reflect my.
Very white.
Yeah, no. Let's just let it be on record that none of us feel this way. This is literally just how it's written in the story. We apologize if this triggers anybody. So here we go. He looked at the blacks standing there, and they looked dangerous. But Shadow knew they had the Ultra Chaos Emerald. Shadow took out a gun and pointed at them and said, "Give me the last Ultra Chaos Emerald." And they looked surprised and startled, but they checked their pockets. Fuck, I can't even talk right now. And while they were doing that, the gun became used and Shadow shot all three of them. They were now dead. Shadow reached into the middle one's pocket and found what he had come for. The last Ultra Chaos Emerald. They were like regular Chaos Emeralds, but more powerful and a secret until they were found out.
I think Shadow just committed a hate crime.
Yes, he did.
And then a couple apparently means 3 instead of 2. And then apparently somehow there's a lot wrong with that, but I'm not gonna get into that.
The gun became used.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
a lot wrong with that, and none of us agree with that at all. Anyway. Yeah, that's my turn. Okay, I got
Yeah.
shocked, but sorry. Shadow honks back into his car, Omega the robot car, and said, I got it. Now I can get one wish to come true, and I'm gonna think about what I will use it on before I use it. Mm. 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 Shadow looked at the map and said, Get me directions to hamburger restaurant. Omega changed some screens and said in a robotic voice, Beep boop bop, hamburger restaurant, location found. It is over here. And Shadow looked at where the dot was. It was right nearby. So Shadow drove there with more loud sound.
Shadow went to the drive-thru, got a hamburger and fries, and sat in the parking lot in Omega and ate it. This is great. I love this place. It's always the place that I love to come to after I finish a crime," said Shadow darkly. Omega did not need
no.
You just realized what we have to read, Ichi.
No.
You just
No.
realized it.
No. Do you want to switch? Which line do you think is worse? Your line or They're all
mine?
worse. They're all bad. That's just oh my god.
No. The sad thing is just this by itself is better than if we had the previous part.
Yeah.
Because it would have been disturbing, but at least it wouldn't have made me actually have to sit down and think, is the author racist?
Oh yeah, no, the author is definitely racist.
Sure.
Because the whole issue is like
because there's
a
difference between being cringe, 2012 cringe,
yeah.
and actual like homophobia and racism, and there's definitely an actual homophobia and racism going on here.
Yeah, and so there's definitely some actual fucking homophobia. Like part of me is just like, because it's definitely purposefully written to be bad. Like,
yeah,
all
but
this,
there's ways that you can purposely write it to be bad without having all of that racist connotation to it.
Because that is the whole thing. Like, my immediate thought is like, if you're gonna do something to be bad, then do it to make fun of like the standard tropes. I mean, it still won't be a good story because instead of like looking at a thing that's bad and being like, I can write it better, you looked at a thing that was bad and decided to be bad. And like, there isn't usually like a standard thing of like over the top racism in bad power fantasy fan fiction. Usually. Granted, there's a distressing amount of racism in nerd culture.
Oh yeah.
So it's one of those things where like part of my brain is like, okay, is this put in to make fun of like this kind of story, or is it put in there because the author's a sack of shit?
And I think it's just put in there because the author's a sack of shit.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, because the whole thing is like, if it's meant to be a joke about bad writing, it's not a very good joke. Like, at no point has it been funny.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's just supposed to be racism, well, it's really lazily done racism. Let's see. Omega did not need food because he was a robot shaped into a car. Shadow finished eating and threw the garbage into Omega's trash hole where he turned litter into gasoline, which was useful. Then Shadow took his penis out.
Yep.
Now you understand why we're suffering.
No, I saw that ahead. I looked ahead when you two broke down laughing and saw that.
Yeah.
Hey, Omega, check this out, said Shadow, laughing as he took his big, neat, hard penis and stuck it in Omega's trash hole.
Eat is quite possibly one of the weirdest adjectives I've ever heard used to refer to a penis.
Unrecognized
lie.
item in trash hole. Error, said Omega. I mean, there is a dude with this fetish, anyway, on Stranger
Yes,
Things, so I mean...
wait.
Yeah, there's actually
My
people
strange
in real
addiction.
life. Yeah,
No,
there's yeah.
Oh, I thought you said on Stranger Things, and I was like, wait, I don't remember that episode.
Yeah, no, there's an episode of My Strange Addiction about this guy who's like obsessed with
My-
fucking like car exhaust pipes.
yeah, there was, and then there was the dude who, because there was the dude who wanted to, that was fucking his car. I remember that one. It's just, I swear I heard Jess say on Stranger Things, and I was just like,
I think I did by accident, but I didn't mean to.
I was like, I don't remember that episode.
Yeah, no.
Yes, you do.
not
You're just
Stranger
repressing the
Things.
memory.
Look, some people deal with loss in weird ways. um, that's my penis, man, said Shadow to Omega.
Penis, not trash. Not allowed in trash hole, said Omega to Shadow.
I can't imagine that this is gonna feel good for anyone.
Shadow couldn't fit all of his big, strong penis into Omega's trash hole anyway, so he took it out and gave Omega a taste of his balls too. Omega did not recognize Shadow's balls as trash either, which was good, and then Shadow put his balls back and started to drive off with his hand still on his penis.
Get you someone who doesn't recognize your genitals as trash. Andre, what the fuck? Oh no, I just saw what I'm having to read.
Yep,
Where's
go for it.
Silver's house? Said Shadow to Omega while he rubbed really quick and hard on his penis with one hand while his other hand was driving. Omega updated his map and showed where Silver's house was on the other side of the Dark City. Shadow kept empowering his
yes, empowering your penis.
You can do this! With one hand, and he drove faster and more dangerously. Soon his penis was so big he could hardly see in front of him.
Just king of him! Oh my god. The imagery in my
For kids,
head.
don't excessively masturbate, or else you won't be able to see where you're going.
Don't excessively
Just
masturbate,
have a
otherwise your dick will get too big.
You'll just have a column in front of your face whenever you drive, apparently. You have to look to either side to actually see.
I hate. Could hardly see in front of it anymore. He was zigzagging across the street to keep both his penis and his car in control. Then he put both hands of his on his penis and made it do all sorts of things until it was done and his penis redecorated the inside of Omega with white curtains.
Oh no. Not the white curtains.
Oh no. Oh no, why?
Just so you know, that's my semen, said Shadow to Omega.
You don't
Omega knew that already. Shadow put both his hands back on the steering wheel and drove faster, but suddenly some loud sounds and flashing lights came up behind him.
Concerning that Omega already knows his semen.
Yeah.
How should I say these first three words, guys?
I think you should say it exactly how you think you should say it.
Because I automatically want to go wee woo, but that's not what these words are.
You know, I'm just disappointed about the fact that a story about a giant squid fucking the Hogwarts castle was better written than this.
Dude, that's a classic piece
Mock.
of fanfiction literature right there.
Yeah. It was more enjoyable to read, too.
Anyways,
Anyway.
just said walk, walk, walk.
The police is following you, said Omega. Shadow decided to follow the law and stopped his car in the street and waited for the police to come over to him. You need to pull over, sir. You don't need to stop at the middle of the street. Okay. Shadow's penis was still big, though, so he tucked it under his leg on the right, and it stuck up in the middle of Omega, the car, and Shadow put his hand on it.
There's a lot about that sentence that I hate. The police came over to the front window of Omega and looked at Shadow inside. Cool vehicle, said the police.
Like what you do with the decorating. Sorry.
Hey, what's that smell?
Thanks, said Shadow to the police. Back. Balk.
Okay. Do you know what you were breaking?
On a quart of milk?
Backled.
Okay, do you know that you were breaking a law by going that fast and back and forth on the street? Said the police to Shadow, sounding more like Miss Lesson than a real person. So apparently Miss Lesson isn't real. Okay.
Or possibly a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do, said Shadow, and he patted his hand on his penis in the middle of the front of the car.
Sir, please take your hand off the gear stick in the middle of the car right now, said the police to Shadow.
Well, now I'm just imagining that it is distressingly long, but also about the same width as a gear shift.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
Shadow looked at the police and laughed and said, "That's not a gear stick. That is my penis." And drove off before the police could say anything or really even react at all.
Why did he tuck it under his leg?
When it's sticking apparently and laying on the steering wheel.
Well, he tucked it to the side under his leg, and then from there it stood almost straight up. Which
that sounds like a medical problem.
That's too much of a curve.
He's just very flexible.
I wasn't ready for that.
You don't know if Shadow did gymnastics or something?
I learned something.
Dick gymnastics.
Apparently guys can crack their dick like a glow stick. Like, just pop your dick. Like, you know how you pop your fingers? Apparently just pop your dick.
Okay.
I learned that from a chiropractor. Takes happy ending to a whole new level. Disclaimer, do not try this at home.
I was about to say, this conversation feels like it's just meant to hurt me.
It's a real thing. I'll send you the stuff on it later.
I don't know if I want that stuff.
You do. You do, because it's entertaining.
I already dislike chiropractors cracking my neck. I don't need a chiropractor cracking my dick.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Chiropractic isn't even a real type of medicine anyway.
Your mom's not a real type of medicine.
It's pseudoscience. It's no more helpful to you than a deep tissue massage. And it's been known to get people killed.
I mean, to be honest, most medicine has been known to get people killed.
Yes, but most medicine you still need a degree to practice. You typically need to go to some sort of like medical school to practice most forms of medicine. You don't need to for chiropractic. It is straight up pseudoscience.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you have to get some kind of schooling on that.
If there is schooling, it is very light. Because that was one of the things I remember. Because there is this one guy. His whole thing is that he is an actual like medical doctor. And he goes through and debunks all those like fake holistic medicines and all that shit. And he had an entire thing on chiropractic about how it is all bunk. It is all fake.
This all started from cracking a dick. Anyway.
Like, basically what it is that you don't need a medical license to practice chiropractic.
Crack your dick like a glow stick.
Please don't. You have broken another law, said Omega to Shadow.
Shadow laughed because he could see the police far behind him, giving up and going to look for an easier criminal. Now, said Shadow, let's go to Silver's house. Shadow drove the car fast to Silver's house on the other side of the city, and when he got there, he braked the car so hard that the sound of it was made like hearing the world's largest bird get punched in his tummy. Shadow honked the horn, and when he finished honking the horn, Silver jumped out the window and onto the street and into the side seat of Omega.
Big Bird.
My immediate thought is that the cop actually went to go find someone who didn't have their dick out. Some things you just don't want to deal with.
Shadow, thanks for the ride, said Silver. Cool curtains you put up. How's the curtains when it's dripping? Unless he
your semen shouldn't be that thick where it just hangs like that, man. If it is, you've got
like fabric. Your semen should not look like fabric.
Yeah, if your semen looks like
fabric. No.
You might have been bitten by a radioactive spider.
So you gotta screed out bed sheets next too.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
no. We don't
Do a
have
whole
it.
interior decorating.
Man, need some way to warm up. It's a shame that I didn't bring a blanket. Don't worry, I got this. I want everyone to know that that was my cheek. I simply grabbed the side of my face. And
Uh-huh.
anyway,
Uh-huh.
No, you wanted an
yeah?
excuse. You
No,
wanted an excuse.
no,
He was
I am not an exhibitionist. I can tell you that much right now.
Are you sure?
I suffer from stage fright. I don't think that that's gonna help.
I'm dying over here. Oh.
Hi there, welcome to What Are We Reading, where we just accuse everyone of having kinks that they don't have. Shadow laughed and said, "No problem. Now, if I do not hurry by driving fast, we will be late for the play."
Silver said, "Do not worry, we will get there in time." Silver was another big role in the play, but he was not a huge gay like Charmy B. Silver was kind of like Sonic, but less fast. Sonic also had the best morals, but maybe Silver dressed better, but that was kind of gay too. Silver did have this big hair thing on the front that looked like a marijuana. I assume they're talking about the thing you smoke and not some weird Pokemon, but
Marijuana.
it's spelt more like a weird Pokemon.
Shit, I don't remember that Pokemon.
Though, so
Or
maybe
that.
Sonic was better at being stylish anyway. It is hard to tell because Silver lived in the city, which was kind of far away from high school.
What?
Mm-hmm.
If you dress nice, you're gay too.
I
dress
I
like a
dress like the
homeless
slobs,
person most of the
everybody.
time, and I'm still gay, so I don't think that's true.
I look good in everything.
I don't know. Those pants you had were pretty atrocious.
Wow.
Weird, because just about no one else has insulted those pants. Most people say they look good.
I don't know. I've never been exposed to any pant wearing of Llytic. I've only seen his shoulders up. I've never seen any other
I've only
part of
ever
him.
seen Llytic when he's not wearing pants.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he'd wear pants or not whenever we're in a video call. You do you, dude. I've just only seen you from the shoulders up. I've never seen any other part of you, man. Maybe a hand. Yeah, I'll count hands. But otherwise, no. All I'm saying is I can't judge you because I haven't seen you. And you're taking it out of context. But okay. You do you. Let's
Point is,
see.
two
Here we go.
people saying that the pants look bad out of like however many doesn't mean they look bad.
I can also just be an asshole sometimes, so there's that.
Yes.
Are complete sweet angels though? No. 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 Anyway. Enough self-roasting here. Shadows stacked on the gas, and the car went away through the city into the moonlight and towards out of the city to high school. And that's the end of chapter 13.
And that is where we're going to leave that. Special thank you to our patrons, Andre D, Summer Moon Soldier, and Destiny Baird for supporting us. If you like what we do and would like to support us in any way, consider going down to that link in the description and pledging any amount of money you want. I have a couple of different perks. Depending on how much, you could make a suggestion for what we read. Generally, so long as it's not like a fetish piece. or an actual, well, a full-on book could actually be used for Back Alley Book Club, but that's besides the point. So long as it's not like a fetish piece that we're going to have to like full-on read out, it'd be okay. I mean, if you send us like an Omegaverse novel, we won't have to read that out in full, so that'll be all right. That'll just be a whole thing. We just have to read that and take notes. But that's a published fetish piece. That's a completely different situation. But yeah, special thank you. If you don't want to or are unable to pay, you like what we do, just consider doing like the usual YouTube bullshit, like, comment, subscribing, all that stuff. With that, I'm Llytic.
I'm Ichi-Tan, and I'm dead inside.
Yes.
And I'm Jess.
And this is What Are We Reading? And I didn't type in the whole command to get Craig out of the chat while I was saying this, so I'm gonna have to fill in dead air so there's not just an awkward amount of like quietness. Come on, take me to the other server page.